Good morning again. So why is the atom and the solar system and the galaxy so different? And yet I keep saying it's all the same. It's all controlled by magnetism, for starters. For what we call gravity is actually magnetism. I explained that in a previous video. Electricity. All right, we run electricity through wires. And what is a wire, really? It is like we use copper as a big one. There's a reason why we use copper, and it's because the protons, the core, the nucleus, doesn't change polarity. It's stuck in its position. But the field, the magnetic field that's shared throughout the entire structure, the entire lattice of the wire, it's basically a wire is a large molecule. It's one big molecule, and it shares an electric field, a magnetic field, and electricity runs through that. We're going to get back to electricity in a minute, but no, I guess this one is about electricity. So we use a fluctuating positive and negative magnetic field, a magnet, in order to create electricity in that magnetic field. And what it is we run it across iron or whatever the case, and we create that magnetic, that fast, about 50 to 60 times per second. Fluctuation of positive to negative in a magnetic field like iron, and then what happens is the in copper the protons don't move, they're stuck. In iron they move back and forth real quick, which causes heat. We don't want that, right? That's why we use copper and wires. So the protons stay, but we get the resistance right there at the start and wherever the end of the wire is, because the field itself gets polarized. All right, and we know that because when we throw like a magnet at a copper wire, we put it on the copper wire, it doesn't feel any magnetism, but when we throw it at it, it causes resistance, it stops the magnet, and then it drops. And that's because the magnetic field around the copper resists by putting, so if we throw up like a positive end of a magnet, it's going to resist with a positive return, which causes that, and then it drops. But while we're doing it 50 to 60 times a second, we call that an alternating current, whatever the case. I don't care what you call it. We call it a current. It's not really a current. We are literally just putting power into that magnetic field, and that power we measure as electricity. But what is electricity really? It is the negative to the positive, I guess you could call it. So we call it electrons. It's not really electrons. It's the same thing as the positive to the negative in the sky to the ground. It is lightning. All right. It is the power to the magnetic field. So it is the negative of the plasma in the space and all of that coming from the stars that hits our poles to give us those pretty northern lights. That is the negative side. The positive side we call protons, but we get both of those out of plasma. We get both of those out of diodes. So we get both of those out of electricity. Electricity is plasma. It's just on a much smaller scale. I know a bunch of people just went, nah. Yeah, that's actually how it works. And there's so much evidence behind that. I'll get back to that more on that later. I'm just doing short little videos.